Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome to the final regular WhatMap of 2021. What better way to finish the year than to turn into the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, it's Friday, vote us in a map. And they've gone with this one. It's a map that I originally saw when it first came out, but I couldn't squeeze it in that week, put it onto the long list, and it has cycled around twice now, finally making it to the show. Originally released in February of 2019, what better than an old map to finish an old year? The creator we have done 5 times in the past, and the map, I still stand by this one. There's something about it that certainly there are some players out there that are gonna really like this one. So this show is for everybody, apart from those people that like snowfall maps, because apparently we all hate snowfall maps, but boy have I got a really special one to show you today. The final one, I've been saving the best till last, the final day before Christmas. It's a snowfall map from a creator that you've definitely heard of because, well, we've featured them several times and they're one of the best. It's Wathrudnir with Fjötendal, possibly. I'm going with Fjötendal. If it's wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm not even sure what language that is supposed to be from. I'm thinking possibly Germanic. But anyway, the map looks absolutely amazing. We've got like these frozen edges to the lakes that just look actually completely believable. Very, very sexy intersections going on as well. The theme looks amazing. We've got a couple of these, I don't know, these are weirs, I imagine these are. Just like cutting the lake up into just little sections. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this one. This for me, when I was looking over the last 4 months of the year for maps to do in the close down towards Christmas, snowfall maps there would be, this was far and away the best of all of those. And it's a shame it doesn't get a show all of its own, but snowfall maps are just sidelined for me now, I'm afraid. Anyway, Fjötendal by Wathrudnir, our snowfall map. Now let's crack on with today's show, and before we do that, we've got this. That's right, I've got to keep you busy on this last day of the season. Clicking that like button really does support the channel. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Ectan County by Sengin. Yes, Ectan County's thumbnail was taken by night. It's the best way to view Ectan County. Sengin, who we've done a few times. There's your start square. Do you know what? That is solid. I'd like to see an intersection to get started with, but that is, I mean, what more can you say? How much buildable space do you want? Terrain heights, yeah, pretty playable across the map, and resources, they're a little bit washy, I feel, and the field painting, even the field painting's a little bit dotty. And then fishing, if you've got Sunset Harbour, this came out long before Sunset Harbour, but there's your fishing map. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, apparently snowfall, mass transit and park life. Well, yes, mass transit and park life, I will agree. The other two, okay. If you're telling me snowfall, I don't know. Anyway, we've got some elevated train tracks, recommendation for the 81 tile mod, the generic tree pack, Springwood map theme, and the satellite LUT. On top of that, there might be 1 or 2 extra things. I've not opened up the loading screen report on this one, but there is definitely one more thing to subscribe to, which I'll point out when we get to it. But yeah, there is definitely one thing missed, but it's still, no matter how you look at it, it's still a very light map in terms of subscription requirements. Now, Sengin, we've done them 9 times in the past. No, we haven't. We've done them 5 times in the past. Episodes 449, 522, 561, 805 and 1012, where they got 9, then 9, then 11, hurrah, 11, 10, and then 9 stars again. Today's map is going to be in that ballpark. This is Sengin, okay? There is something about Sengin's work that I quite like. I find it quite pleasing in some respects. I mean, yes, this is a little bit boring. There's no foliage going on. It's a very flat area. But there are parts of the world like that. And of course, it does mean it's very easy to build on. And it does save on tree count. So you can find arguments for it. And I don't hate it. But of course, when you're comparing this with people that have gone to the extra level, then they're the maps that tend to get reviewed. And this is kind of why this one went on the back burner a little bit. Now, our first intersection coming up here, it's got a very nice shape to it. I'm all for this. This looks hand-drawn and hand-planned to me. And I think that is very nice work from Sengin in terms of design. I'm going to say that I think you'll probably agree here. The lane mathematics are a bit weird. Like, we're going 2 lanes down to 1 lane and then onto the 3 lanes. I'd have all of that as a single lane of highway. And then maybe the 3-lane highway here, have that dropping down to 2 lanes. So just have the lane mathematics picking up and dropping off. Watch a bit of Biffa. Biffa will show you lane mathematics. I'll eventually get round to doing a tutorial on lane mathematics. I have got a tutorial series in the planning for early next year. For those of you that like making maps and want more tutorials on map making, there is one coming. I would say one. It's not a one-off. Kind of long lines of when I did the Breaking the Grid, yeah, or the masterclass as well. It's going to be along those lines. Well, it'll be a mini series, but slightly longer than the short mini series we've done. Okay, down this is Start Square area. Okay, so we've got the hills on the right. All of that buildable space that we know, there's like swathes of buildable space in the Start Square going off in that direction. A little bit of detailing along here. So where there is detailing, there is a little bit of detailing. There's a cemetery down there, which we're not even going to have a little look at. And then 3 lanes dropping down to 2 lanes for the bridges. So we know this happens in real life before going back up to 3 lanes. Although the pillars, I feel, should be straddling the water. I mean, would they go to all the effort of a real deep... I don't mind the depth, by the way. A slightly encroaching tree there. I don't mind the depth of the river because you can't see through it. Unless you're using a specific theme or whatever that really makes the water translucent. You can't see the depth in that. So the depth doesn't matter to me. In fact, if anything, with water flow, that makes it a more playable river. But yeah, even then, the pillars should be straddling the river, not slap bang in the middle, in my opinion. Heading down here through this like farming valley. And again, this valley does look and feel quite nice. So at that ground level, this sort of level, it looks like it could do with more detailing. But on a map like the one that we're looking at today, well, there's not really that much hefty detailing gone into it. Just a nod to these areas is maybe enough. I can see why people would disagree, but maybe enough. Again, lane mathematics on this roundabout are off, I'm afraid here. 3 lanes going down to 2 lanes. It should be 2 lanes going up to 3 lanes. And maybe a 3-lane roundabout going around there. That's partly what's causing our traffic hold-ups there. We'll have a second quick glance at that in the second half of the show. Let's jump over to the rail. Fairly flat map, so we're not expecting any crazy stuff. So until we find anything, let me briefly remind you what's coming up. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, I've got a Christmas special coming. I still haven't started recording or even planning it, but I'll come up with something. It's mostly going to be cinematics and a thank you to anybody and everybody that I could think of. So, yeah, watch out for that one. If you've got nothing better to do, you can join me for that. And then from Sunday we'll have the preview to the Map of the Year series. We'll be looking at 5 of the maps that just missed out on the final dozen bracket. So 5 excellent maps that I just feel are worthy of a glance. And then from Monday through Saturday would be the Map of the Year series, where we take in what I feel are the best of the best of the best from different categories over the course of the year. And then the week after that, what map will return? Which would be good, I feel. We've got some hefty railing sidings going here. Railings, yes. Railway sidings. Yeah, okay. A little bit of catenary chaos down here. There's a couple of spots where you've got a little catenary chaos. And also the tunnels just drop away a little bit sharply there. Got to get under the depth of that river. And they go completely underground through the start square. So if you want to access that, you're going to have to access it via tunnel. So yes, all of that. I've got new stuff coming next year as well. I've finally sorted out my lighting. So there'll be hopefully 2 new series coming along. Not Cities Skylines. One will be within gaming. One will be to do with my profession. But I'll keep it short. I'll keep it short and punchy. YouTube shorts are there for a reason. And then also I have a brand new series for the BonBon Buddies. If you're a fan of this show, then now's the time to become a BonBon Buddy over on Patreon. Join at the $2 level and you'll have access to a brand new weekly show which will supplement WhatsMap. And I'm pretty sure... oh, what, we've got a wibble going on here with the rail. What happened with that? Oh, okay, it's fine. So yes, I'd love for you to join me on that one. Also available to the lowest tier members by hitting the join button on YouTube, whichever you prefer. I mean, I prefer Patreon, but it's your shout. If you want to join me, your support is just, it's welcome. Anyway, it's Christmas, so one last row of the Christmas Day. Everybody join in with the lyrics with John and Katie.
On the 12 days of cities this old gamer gave to me,
12 houses burning,
11 minutes waiting,
10 roads debating,
9 trees a swaying,
8 bombs a stinking,
7 streetlights clipping,
6 pipes polluting,
5 broken mods, 4 boring turds,
3 drenched men,
2 hurtling trucks, and a party near a bare tree. And a party near a bare tree. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Have a very safe New Year. I'm partly responsible for those lyrics, by the way, guys. Partly. Oh, heck. That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Okay, shipping routes. We have one shipping route. And it follows the coast a little bit. Loops around. You might not want your ships looping in so parallel with the coast. If that's the case, then that might not be for you. You might want to connect one straight across. But hey, there we go. Off the edge of the map over here, which means water flow. Now, you'd think with that river down there, we're going to have strong water flow. It's a little bit weak. And I think this is mostly edge of map water flow as well, because there's just no pressure coming out from this river at all. Despite the depth, and despite there being an upstream water source, it's a bit weak. Just a little bit weak. Something to consider if you want to play a vanilla style base game. So, map as a whole, you know, there's just something I like about this. There is something I like it. It feels playable. It feels quite neat. We have got some interesting areas as well, like the farming valley up there. Some nice shaped hills as well. And it's not overly worked, which there's definitely going to be fans of this style of map out there. But yeah, I really am liking the old the farming valley up that way as well. Right, let's have a look at some areas. Like over here, look at the trees. Look at the tree density here. Barely anything. Now have a look at the tree density in here. Have you seen trees this dense in a map before? I think the tree count's about 100,000, so there's plenty of extra trees available if you're wanting to do tree detailing. But my word, that is dense tree work. That is incredibly dense. Okay, let's wiggle over this way and have a look at what should we look at? Let's jump down here. The beaches. The beaches aren't too bad. This one's fine. I think the next beach is the one that stood out for me as being the one with the talking points. And first of all, a couple of trees on the beach there. They're okay. As we head up the coast, we have this one that's going for a little paddle. Now, if you can't go for a paddle in the sea, I don't know where you can go for a paddle. But if you're a tree, maybe you shouldn't be. little bit of grass texture there where it feels it should be sand texture as well. Now, in terms of the extra DLC, the Park Life DLC you'll need for these fences. There are a couple dotted around, but not too many. It's something that, do we really need the DLC for? Well, it's a nice fence, isn't it? And we've definitely seen some mass transit roads, but I've not seen anything. Oh, have seen these rocks. Now, these aren't listed. These are Owl's Surface Rock Pack. You will need that as well, otherwise the rocks won't appear. Then we've got this little pre-built housing area, I guess. This is what this is. It feels very nice. The roads, though, we are using mass transit national roads here, and these should be zonable, I feel. This does feel like it's meant to be a little housing area. Certainly looks like that kind of layout. So you're probably going to want to downgrade those roads. Seen this area already, but yeah, the lane mathematics on the roundabout are just inverted, I feel. So let's have a look at the river instead. So the river we know is quite deep, but there isn't much in the way of water pressure coming down it. The shape is okay. The shape, I'm okay with the shape actually. It does feel like it could be just like smoothed out and polished up a little bit, but it feels like it works okay for me. Then we go up into the hills and it just like gets a bit shallow and a bit weak in places. Like here, you can barely see there's water flowing there at all. So I would have gone for a steeper drop, maybe go for some sort of waterfall effect in there. There are a little bit of work here and there, just to make it a bit punchier. This area does feel a little bit, that's what I was trying to do, there we go. A little bit pixelated here, I feel. Looks like there might be some sort of underground works going on there or something. And then a little texture in those. In fact, it shows better in the hills. The brush that's been used to add rockiness is very clear, and it works. I mean, that brush is what that brush is designed for, really. And back down to the start square, which means somewhere down here is, there it is, the ball fountain, the ball fountain rotating by SvenBerlin. I had to show this one because obviously the marble tutorial thing that I did, Sven made the marble, and we knew we could do that because he made this. That is actually a rotating ball in the middle, and it's a cute little thing. One of Sven's older assets, but definitely worth checking out if you're looking to do a bit of detailing in your city. And factoids, because factoids. In the 1823 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, which originally introduced the world to Santa's reindeer, two of the flying creatures had slightly different names. Donner and Blitzen were instead Dunder and Blitzem, apologies, which is the Dutch way to refer to thunder and lightning. Dunder and Blitzem. I'm sorry, if you're Dutch, please feel free to mock me all you like in the comments. Ball fountain rotating, ouch. You think I could read, wouldn't you? By SvenBerlin. Thanks, Sven. You are a legend. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Anyway, right, we've made it to the end of the show. It's your chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month. The Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple, or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, something about this I like, but I do accept that it just lacks a bit of polish, a little bit of oomph, but I still like it. I can't give it 4 stars, but I'm pushing up the top end of 3 stars. I'm good with this. If all maps look like this, I'll be quite happy. Detailing, I'm going to say roughly the same. What we've got is okay, but it does feel that a couple of decisions like the lane mathematics, etc., just feel slightly wrong. Why have we got snowfall? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Middly high 3 stars. The base standards are good. Gameplay. Now this is where I think the map works. I'd like to see stronger water flow, but even so, I'm quite happy to play this one. low 4 stars for me, because it doesn't really inspire. Ectan County by Sengin. Yeah, I saw it. I thought I want to review it. I have now reviewed it, and I'm happy that I did. I don't think my life is any worse for having seen that map. So thank you so much, Sengin. I love people's creativity. Anyway, we've made it to the end. And now, if you can, prove you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day in the comments for some population points, just for fun, for one last time in 2021. And we'll do it all over again in 2022. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in tomorrow's special.